Today I'm going to show you exactly how you can achieve your first muscle up using gymnastics rings. How's it going, everybody? Dan Gordon here. Now, the reasons I prefer to use gymnastics rings is because they're movable with the body, whereas being on a bar you're in a very fixed position, which can actually eventually cause some discomfort within your wrists. What I've found using gymnastics rings is that they're a lot softer on the body, meaning that I can do them a lot more frequently, and they're a lot more versatility because I can move them with my body. Before doing your first muscle up, there's going to be a few prerequisites that I would highly recommend you practice, master before doing the muscle up. That being that you should be able to do 10 pull-ups and 10 dips. And the reason that is because the main movement pattern within the muscle up is obviously you're pulling and then you're pushing. And then there's the little transition between, which is purely technique, which just takes practice and time. Now, like a lot of movements, the muscle up, there are so many different ways to learn and to master it. But what I'll show you is I'll show you the ways that I did it personally that I know is going to benefit you if you follow it and you experiment. Play around with all the different movements, all the different ways, and ultimately it will help you gain the muscle up. Once you've got your 10 pull-ups and your 10 dips in the bag, achieving those numbers, 10 and 10, it's just going to make it easier because you're going to have the strength to be able to pull and push. So if you haven't got gymnastics rings already, get some. They're so cheap. You can get them on Amazon or eBay or anywhere for next to nothing. Hook them up to a tree, hook them up to a bar. And what we can do is we can actually just practice the movement, and we're going to use a little bit of momentum and a little bit of swing. So it's good to have the gymnastics rings about this high. So I've got them just below my head height, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice the positioning with my hands and also how my body's going to move. So I'll show you what I mean and I'll talk you through it. So I'm extended, I'm down, I'm squatting, and I'm going to jump up. I'm exploding up, you see, but at the moment you're going to use pure momentum and power. The reason we're doing that is because you're just going to train your body in terms of how it should feel. Give your bit of a body an idea of how it feels, because again, the muscle up is a skill. Although it does get you very strong and helps you gain a lot of muscle, it's a skill-based movement, meaning your body just needs to practice. Your body just needs to get the grips of how it should feel. So it just takes a little bit of time, consistency, patience, practice. Start by doing the jumps. The next thing I'd recommend, negatives. You can either jump yourself up into the top position of the movement or get a platform to help climb up. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be focusing on the negative phase of the movement. Your strength is built on the negative phase of the movement, where your muscles and your body is under tension. It's not this part where we're actually exerting that force to pull ourselves up. Focusing on the negative is going to help do it, because if you can't do a muscle up at the moment, this is one way that it's going to make life a lot easier for you. So you want to get up. So I'm holding in this position, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly go down to the lowering phase of the dip. I'm leaning my chest forward, legs come forward, and I'm moving the rings out. As you can see, I was like that. I'm moving them out here and I'm going down. So we're focusing purely on that lowering phase. Practice this for reps. It's going to make a massive difference. So again, top position, my hands are in a neutral grip. I'm going down, controlling it. My chest is here, leaning forward, legs come forward, twisting down. When you start doing the negatives, you're going to find that you drop very quickly. It looks a lot easier than it actually is if you haven't done it before. So you're going to get into that position, especially on rings. If you haven't used rings before, you're going to find that you're going to be shaking. It's a whole new movement, going to build a lot more strength for you. Trying to hold yourself in this kind of weird static position that's completely unstable. You'll find that you'll only be able to probably do a second or so, and you're going to fall, and it's going to be really sloppy and really messy, and you're going to be thinking, what the fuck, like, how's this going to help? But just be patient, trust me, keep doing it, be consistent with it, and gradually, bit by bit, you're going to be able to build 2 seconds, 3 seconds lowering, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and just make sure that you keep a note of it, because then you're going to be able to track your progress and know that you keep improving bit by bit. Then what we want to be focusing on is some explosive pull-ups, using a lot of momentum at the beginning to help propel us as high as we possibly can. Get yourself down to this lowering phase. It's all right to be kinked in this position to start with as you get used to it. And we're going to... And what I want you to do is when you're doing that, start in this kind of more bicep grip position, like that, where my muscles are flexing like this. And then as we come up, we're twisting like that. We want to be leaning back as well when we're doing it. As I'm coming up, we want to use a little bit of power and momentum to eventually throw ourselves like this. So you can imagine if there was a pull-up bar, it would be the same thing. I'm trying to throw myself over the bar essentially. Now, one of the hardest parts of the muscle up is how should you have your hands with the grip, and it's that transitional phase, because a lot of people will get to the stage where they can do 10 pull-ups and 10 dips easily, but they can't do a muscle up, or they end up trying to do a muscle up but they get this like weird chicken wing thing going on, which is just not clean. It looks horrible, and you don't really want to be doing that, because again, you're just working your body in a really disproportionate, unbalanced way. So what we want to be focusing on a lot is our hand positioning with our grip, because a lot of people are confused about how to hold. So what I'd be doing is, instead of holding the grip like this, you want to be holding it more like that. So as you imagine, as you get up into the dip part of the movement, it's going to be really difficult if our hands are like that and we're trying to transition at the top of the movement. So a lot of people call this a false grip, whatever you want to call it. Just hold your hand in more of this kind of twisted upright position, which is going to make life a lot easier for when you then imagine you're starting to press, your hands already in the dip position. This is ideally how we want it to look from the side view. Down, my legs are out, I'm pumping my chest out. As you can see, I'm using a nice moment here. I'm kind of lifting my legs up, and I'm almost exploding my chest out. The transition, it's going to take a lot of explosive power, and what we want to be thinking about is that you're almost you're propelling your chest over into this position here. So that's where now my hands are in a neutral position, and this is where I need the power from my dip strength to be able to push myself up. So as you can imagine, if you don't have the dip strength, you're going to get to here and collapse. There's a lot of different ways that you can learn a muscle up. Try these methods with also learning to get stronger with powerful explosive pull-ups and dips. Even consider adding extra weight onto your dips to get stronger, because if you're really strong with pull-ups and you're really strong with dips and they're easy, then the main thing that you're going to need to master is the transition, and that is just practice. When I was doing it, I was amazing at dips, pull-ups, could do all that stuff easily, but I just couldn't seem to get this muscle up, and it was really frustrating me. It just took me, it felt like it took forever. I was practicing all the time, I was learning all the techniques, and I was doing it over and over again, and then suddenly I just got it. Like it just suddenly clicked, and it's like my body just figured out, because there's a lot of technique involved. So please be patient, practice, be consistent. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you've given this a go and if you found it useful. If there's anything else that I can help you with, again, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if you want more dedicated coaching and support, you can become one of my members, and you're going to find all the details on the main channel so that you can join. Until next time, see you on the next video. Woo!